What is going on here? I gotta work on my accents. That's what I need to do. Hold on uno momento, por favor. I like this meme. Alright, I'm ready. I think. Not quite sure. Wait, let me get the cobwebs out of my eyes. Hang on a moment. I gotta wake up because I fell asleep on you guys last night and I owe some public apologies. How are you guys? Blessings, everyone. So, right, just when I get started, guess who wants to, join in? No. No. Come on. Really? Just 1 second. Always when I get started, right? Come here. Lay down, Krystl. No, you go right there and stop. Yes, not your bones. I love you too, I know. Okay, guys, so I'm sorry I fell asleep on you last night. Why is it so dark in here? Hey, Bonnie, I love you, sweetheart. I gotta give you a ring. My number's still the same, but wait, let me see if I can't make it brighter. Probably not, though. Probably not, no. That's a little bit better, right? Okay, the alarm has been set. Sorry, it's just something that popped up on my screen. So, I wanted to have an online birthday party, but I fell asleep on you guys on my panels yesterday 2 times, and I'm really sorry. I slept 10 hours last night, and then the night before I slept another 10 hours. The last thing I remember pretty much praying is, Heavenly Abba, I don't know what to pray for myself for my birthday, so I leave it in your hands. And the next thing I know, 2 days later, out of 48 hours, I've slept 20. And I'm not complaining at all. I guess I need it. So I love you, Jeff. It's great to see you. So I'm sorry, Lukert. I'm sorry, Trunk Monkeys. Oh my goodness, who else was on my panel? Oh, this is terrible. I don't know what happened. I just got so tired. Anyway, I wanted to say I'm sorry, but I wanted to spend my birthday with you guys. And I got to do exactly that, so thank you. I am pretty much exhausted this evening. My feet hurt, my back hurts. And I'm cooking. La chefette Halle never takes time off. So I am making my second salad for the day, and then, I don't know, I hope to get my second win. Last night what happened was I fell asleep on my panel on my birthday twice. I never saw 8:18 p.m. to turn 46. I was knocked out like a light. All of a sudden my alarm is going off at 11. I get up, walk in the other room, grab my cell, grab it, turn off the alarm, walk into my bedroom, and it's a midnight ride, whatever, with David Carrico and John Pounder. So I was listening to that, I was paying attention, and the next thing you know is I'm knocked out like a light. I love you, Kimberly. Next thing I know is they end the broadcast and it wakes me up. So they go to their Q&A. So I close that one down, bring up their Q&A. I'm paying attention for 15-20 minutes. I want to hop in the chat to say hello. I'm like, oh, if I say hello, then it might be 15-20 minutes, and I don't know if I got that long because, oh boy, my body's heavy, my eyelids are heavy. So I listened to the Q&A for about 15-20 minutes. Knocked out like a light yet again. And then at the end I heard them turning off their broadcast, so I shut it down at that point. I took my cell phone and put it back in the other room. So I've been tired, but I wake up at like 4, 5, 6, 7, no later than 8 o'clock in the morning. Although that's not true because a couple times during the week I'll sleep until 10 a.m. and I'm like, what happened? I slept till 10, you know? And I'll sleep right through my alarms like they're not even ringing. That's the other thing. It doesn't matter. I mean, I have my do not disturb thing on, but even still, like, but I hate waking up in a panic thinking, oh no, I'm going to be late for my work for food. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And it's like, wait a minute. Okay, it's Sunday morning. It's okay if I see the sunlight first appear because that means I'm right on time. But most of the time I'm awake before the rest of the world. And, yeah, at 4 a.m. I'm making potato salad. I don't eat potato. I don't eat potato salad. James! I finally remembered, sweetheart, to give you a shout out on one of my videos. I said I was going to do it every video, and of course I forgot, but I did remember one time. And it's great to see you. Good evening. I'm making potato salad for my work for food. I made tuna fish. We sold out of a couple salads, and I've had to remake them. Setting alarms now. It's so smoky. It's not getting light enough soon enough. Really? Where are you, Kimberly? Are you in California with the fires? I'm trying to keep up with stuff. I said right after my birthday I'd get back online 25/8 again. But I have part-time work for food, but I need to add an exercise routine. 2 hours, 4 times a week, 1 hour, once a week. And then my training with Krystl, I want 3 hours a day, 4 times a week, 5 times a week. Then, you know, I have to have Holy Bible study, but then I also want time to, like, hang out with my friends. So, yeah, I went to go get, like, an appointment book, right? I went to the dollar store. They had everything that, well, not everything, but where'd it go? Yeah, here it is. Right? So I go, I'm like, sweet. I can, like, get appointment books because I really need them. I can carry one with me. And then I'll have the bigger one. And I like the bigger one, right? Because that's, like, the bigger one. Yeah. The problem is it's all 2021. So I figure what I'll do is I'll take, like, paper, put it over top, draw the squares, and then just make the rest of 2020 because that's only like 3 months. But then the smaller one's pretty cool because then I can add detail. But I don't know, we'll see. It's all 2021, like what happened to 2020? I don't care that there's only a couple of months or a few months left. Like, I have to keep an appointment book now. Ashland, Oregon. Oh, wow. Oh, I lift you and your friends and your family in Oregon up to Heavenly Abba in Yeshua's name. Hey, Mike, I lift you up to Yeshua with all your travels and what you do with your career. Oh, boy. We have a lot of prayers that we need to pray. I was today walking around the parking lot pacing, and I'm great at pacing. Probably why I'm so skinny, and then in the winter, I shiver off all my weight because, like, I'm a frozen turnip. So I'm pacing around the parking lot. I'm like, Abba, I know there's people out there that need prayers. I can feel it. I just don't know who and exactly what to pray. And I'll start running down the lists. Of course, I go into spiritual warfare against astral travelers, telepathic messages, dream invaders. Then they send their spies, and you can't forget about the demonic powers and the principalities, because they're the ones that bring the legions. Now, I don't understand this stuff all, and I gotta learn stuff because I might need to make some corrections. I'm not quite sure. But I started studying more and more with David Carrico, where at first I was put off by that with the flat earth, and But remember, I met David Carrico and John Pounders in 2016 when I first came forward to the public. I was only 2 years awake. So they got the fourth interview. So if you look at that interview and you look at me today, there is a vast difference. However, there is still a lot for me to learn. But David Carrico talks about Sakar, and that is an entity with the eyelashes, and that struck a chord with me because when I was a little girl, all I did was draw eyelashes. So that's the entity. That's the sun god entity. So apparently that thing mated with a human, and out came Lucifer. So I need to go back to my Holy Bible studies. Now, I only do Holy Bible studies with my meek mom, but then I started doing Holy Bible studies with my current Holy Bible study group that have a certain spiritual gift that it obviously is not mine, but I enjoy. So anyway, my meek mom, says certain things and they ring a chord, and then of course I shut myself off, throw up the walls, and just mouth off and a spoiled brat, or a mouthy brat. But she had said something about Lucifer. Now apparently Sakar is the morning star. It's an entity with eyelashes and wings. Then from that it mated with a human female, and out came Lucifer. So Satan and Lucifer are different. Now I've heard that in the super soldier community from one of the bloodlines, that Satan and Lucifer are different. And when you read the Holy Bible, see, this is where I lack, because I need to do more Holy Bible studies and go before Heavenly Abba more. I haven't read like the Septuagint and all these other books, but also it's hard for me to do that because I'm a slow reader, but also deprogramming. I don't have enough time to get into all of it. But when I read the Bible, I see certain words stand out and being used. And I think that when Abba's talking about Satans and devils and antichrists, there's certain different entities. And to dive into that is definitely a huge undertaking. I want to learn more, and I'm not challenging anyone. But things are starting to make sense a little bit more, and maybe I had things mixed up. Like Satan and Lucifer. So if I know who Lucifer is, then who's Satan? Which one is Satan? Because there's a lot of Satans of the world. And then the Bible uses the devil. Now, okay, this is where you guys have to go and do your research and studies and dive into things. To be like, what is Holly talking about? And, maybe I should look into this stuff even more. I did drop a few names, David Carrico and John Pounders, and I tend to listen to them. And yes, they are flat earthers, but hear them out. Now, I can understand both models, the flat and the round. But then sometimes I make my own category and say it's like a hollow triangle floating around. Triangle for the Illuminati, hollow to warehouse aliens. But that's just me being a wise ass and sarcastic and probably fed up at times. I got off on a tangent, because that all goes to learning the truth, deprogramming from what they did to me in the dumbs and the things I experienced in the dumbs, as well as in my own normal life above ground. I'm not in my chat room. Let me think, please, let me think. Right? I was just thinking that, how does it go? Now, when I first realized that God was a title to my one true living God and creator, God is a title. like deity is a title. So I was then led to think his name was Yahweh. From there, it was Yud Hey Vav Hey, but I would say Yahweh instead of Yud Hey Vav Hey. So bear with me. Back in December 2014, when I was waking up from MK Ultra and also trying to answer the call from Heavenly Abba that he bestowed upon my life, but I keep letting him down and disappointing him. I did it November 2018, September 2018, December 2018, January to December 2019. But anyway, getting back on track. So you feel your vein pumping, and it's right. The way that you breathe in and the way that your heart beats, I'm like getting nervous right now. Yahweh, Yahweh's heartbeat, Yahweh's Holly Baglio, Yahweh's heartbeat, Yahweh's Holly Baglio. So that is like the vein beating. It's Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. But it's also how you breathe in and breathe out. That when you're breathing in and breathing out and you're feeling the vein in your neck, that's making the sound of your one true living God and Creator. I believe it's the valves inside of your heart, how they open and close when your heart beats, the sound of the valves that make the sound of Yeshua, Yeshua. So if you've ever heard your heart beat and the valves open and close and the blood rush through your heart, that actually sounds like Yeshua, Yeshua. I might have them mixed up or a little bit confused. Forgive me, I haven't spoken about these personal things in a long time. So, my question is who is the fifth fallen cherub? And is there actually a fifth fallen cherub? Because if Sakar is an entity with eyelashes and wings, it's the morning star or the sun. You gotta listen to David Carrico. From that, it mated with a human woman and out came Lucifer. Then who's that? Because we all know in the Garden of Eden, right, that, what was it? Not, I want to say Abaddon, but that's not even pronouncing the word right. There was another entity in the Garden of Eden. It wasn't Satan or the devil. It was an entity. It was one of the entities that made a pact on Mount Hermon, right? So Anyway, where was I going with this? I totally forget. Joshua Conlon, how are you? I haven't seen you in so long. I love you, brother. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I heard it was arson. Our Antifa, but of course the fake news TV is denying that. I don't watch TV or read the newspapers. I get so ticked off I can't. Always gives me a out when she sees me in a chat. I also a mod for her. Well, I know, it's great to see you, sweetheart. We've had smoke at times, many years, fires somewhere every year, but this year is truly beyond normal. So many fires started the same time, relatively near I-5. I've traveled down I-5, many caught for arson. I was arrested and I'm not going to tell you. It's not that I left it purposefully out of my autobiography. It's just that I had so much to tell. I left my cross-country trip out. There was like a movie producer guy that wanted to like make a movie about it. I'm like, I'm not going to tell you everything because you're going to steal my whole trip and make a movie of it. No. I heard, James, I'm not challenging you. Just hear me out. The Garden of Eden is covered by water in the Persian Gulf. I heard something about the Garden of Eden sinking down into the ground and now it's under earth or underground. I don't know if there's water around it. It was something I heard through David Carrico, but then also when I was listening to him explain it, it started to like touch familiar. It was so familiar to me, but I couldn't place it or put my finger on it. And I don't know if that's the programming or I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like putting it on the table. But you're saying basically it's covered. And then I heard it's sunk. So yeah, it's covered. I don't know. But I find that interesting. Sometimes I can see people's frustration because they're like, Holly, this stuff doesn't matter and there's children being trafficked. Yes, I get it. And you're right. But sometimes I like to relax my mind and think about these things. I like to go before Heavenly Abba and ask him. And it's not that I ever doubt Heavenly Abba. It's just that sometimes I feel like maybe my inner voice is talking over him, where maybe what I want him to be saying to me is me talking over him. Does that make sense? Kimberly says, my mom told me it was buried during the flood. No one else ever talked about what happened after the anger was set to guard it, right? That stuff intrigues me, I gotta be honest. I wish I could like run videos like that so we could all watch them and then talk about it. But YouTube will strike me and I don't know how to do D-Live. Because D-Live on Yahoo, apparently you can run videos and not get striked. Or I could, Kimberly said supposed to say angel, or like I could like run a video, try to put it together and then like upload it to BitChute. But the problem with that, which I don't like, is I don't get a live chat, so I don't get to talk to you guys. And this is why I like YouTube so much, is because you have this live chat. Excuse me. You were just putting a timeout in Paul Bagley's. I've pushed their buttons a couple of times. I've always gone back in and apologized. I don't tune in anymore, and I'm a prayer warrior there. But I think they got all the help that they could possibly need, right? Right there, that's the spot. I had no idea my comb felt that good to scratch my back. Oh, forget it. Now I'm completely self-sufficient. Well, I love Paul Bagley. I love everybody there. Just, I worry about infiltration. I've been infiltrated myself. And because I'm a pot, I figure I can call the kettle black. Why not, right? Someone's got to do it. Why not be Holly Baglio? Especially on my birthday, after I owe you guys an apology for falling asleep. Yeah, I'm not trying to talk bad about anyone. I mean, I love them a lot. What's wrong, honey? It cooled off in here. She's panting. So, I'm sorry that I fell asleep on you guys yesterday. It wasn't too much of a party. Maybe next Saturday or something. You have a birthday coming up? September babies do rock. That's right, Joshua. Last year, I remember, because I was leaving Tennessee going to Maryland. Right? Yeah, slow down. Don't quickly dismiss this whole COVID thing. Wait, now, let's think about it. It's like, no, dude, we got nothing to think about, okay? What we know is that we have the power and authority of Heavenly Abba in us, in Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ of Nazareth's name. Holy Spirit is our companion. He is bigger than that virus. What are you talking about? Aren't you supposed to be reminding us of what I just said about his power and authority? No, but, drag it out a little bit more. Get a little bit more attention. I remember, this is terrible, when I first woke up, I would tell my attorney, who's deceased, my father figure, I would say, there's certain videos I listen to and watch, and I already have this urgency in my soul from the MK Ultra and from Heavenly Abba and my own panic and anxiety. Right? My own post-traumatic stress disorder. So I've already got that urgency. But maybe some of the videos I'm watching are also instilling a sense of an urgency inside of me that honestly is not necessary. They're making it feel like it's going to happen in 3 days to 3 months, when really it's going to take 3 years. Now, I'm not saying that Abba's not going to speed things up and things aren't going to be 3 months apart. I don't know his timing. He's had his timing. He might speed it up. He might slow it down. If he speeds his timing up, then, yeah, things aren't probably going to be happening in decades or stuff like that. It's or whatever, or in centuries. It'll probably be happening in like years at that point, but I don't know. I'm only speculating. Of course. The number of suicides is exceeding COVID deaths. That is terrible. I think COVID is a vehicle. They want to drive us into the NWO, right? They have so many agendas at play right now. It's like, you don't have to use the COVID to encourage me to stay home. I'm encouraged enough, trust me. Viral prophecies that are circulating. Pastor BDK has some great videos about discerning it, but obviously if you understand this, I love BDK. I saw something come across in Discord and I missed it. I gotta catch up. I love when him and the Fall Brothers do their live broadcasts. It keeps me on point. That Holy Bible study, so to speak, fellowship. It's in accordance with the Holy Bible fellowship, and it's talking about some really personal issues. And we're all coming together from different backgrounds, and there's no bickering or this or that, well, I don't agree, or, this is how I don't agree, but then you just move on from there and you stay focused, and it's like, I love them. I wish that, this past winter was great, because the Fall Brothers were on twice a week, and then BDK was with them. Now I know BDK is over on Omega Frequency, and I think the Fall Brothers went down to once a week. But my notifications on YouTube are so completely off that I don't get notified with anything anymore. And, hey, Andrea, I love you. The Greek word for crown in Revelation 6:2 is a laurel crown. Immediately thought of the UN symbol, right? Mike says, I saw a video on CERN and antimatter that. Pretty freaky. Ooh, Mike, you got a link? I'd like to see it. I love watching stuff about CERN. The vax is what I'm concerned with, waiting to see if it gets mandated, says Joshua. What post did I put up with the vaccine? Oh, it was a song on Facebook. I haven't been posting very much lately. But Joshua, there's a song. I'll try to find it and play a little bit of it. Okay, Andrea. I guess I came from a completely different eschatological perspective than my church leaders. Eschatological. We have a year of normal. See, after that, it will take 3.5 years. Got the coastlines to change in Great Lakes, come Gulf of Mexico. James, I thought that Heavenly Abba gave me a sign because I've been praying for one more year, just one more year. And I saw a sign, and I'm like, Abba, is this like a sign for you? I test the spirits. But I think he gave us one more year. Bug Bouncer, I'm so sorry that I fell asleep on you. And Trunk Monkeys, and whoever else was on my panel last night. I'm so sorry. I'm so glad that you were there for my birthday. Like, I'm humbled. I love you so much. So, yeah, I didn't mean to knock out like a light. I can't help it. Between like 7 and 8, I fall asleep. Like tonight, I know, like tomorrow, I don't really have to wake up. And, no, I'm so embarrassed. I'll tell you, I got off the panel and I knocked out like a light for 10 hours. And the night before that was another 10. What is it that you want? Stop it. No. Yeah, twice, Mike. Twice. Okay, give me 1 second. I need a minute. She's going to bark my ear off. Can I have a minute? Help! No, sweetie pie. I'm sorry. Give me kisses. I love you too. My dog hates me because I won't give her what she wants. Come on, sweetie. No. No, I don't want to give you a treat. Gentle. She got 3 treaties. 3. So I'm at my work for food the other day, right? And I take my food orders and I look back at the person. I was like, 3. And the guy doesn't go to me, oh, that's a satanic hand gesture, which I would imagine he would have. He doesn't turn around and go, oh, yeah, James Casboll had a video like that, and now look at you, Holly, which has happened to me before. The guy looked at me and he goes, you know, that's a German hand signal. I'm like, well, it just so happens I'm a mutt. I'm half Sicilian, and on my mother's side, I'm Irish, German, and Polish. 3. And typically, like when I eat food and I have a fork and a knife, and I have to cut my food, when I'm done cutting my food, I do not, okay, if I do, it's an altar. But typically when I'm done cutting my food, so the fork is in my left hand, the knife is in my right hand, I'm cutting my food. When I'm done cutting my food, I continue to use the fork in my left hand to eat. I don't stop and switch the fork to my right hand and then proceed to eat after I'm done cutting it. I love you, my favorite superhero. Right? All that stuff creeps me out too, Kimberly. Yeah, I fell asleep on my own show twice. I couldn't help, but I'm comfortable too, so don't take that as like such a bad thing. Because there's been places it's like, you want me to sleep here? No. Like in the middle of a street would be a much better place than here. No, I'm not sleeping here. So, somebody said to me, they're like, Holly, boy, you cook. They're like, when they say, Holly, when you cook with love, it comes out better. I'm like, who said I'm cooking with love? I do not cook with love. No, I don't. They're like, yeah, okay. I'm like, all right, well, I might pray over it. And boy, I kid you not, if my gran was alive, she'd say my granddaughter Holly is cooking and she likes it and she cooks for other people. Not to mention they come back for more and she likes it. That's it. The world's ending. Run for cover, everyone. My granddaughter Holly does not cook. My grandmother, when I would cook, she'd chase me out of the kitchen. She'd be like, I'll get it. Let me do it. Or she'd like make sure fire extinguishers were very local to me. Like there were 3 in the kitchen. Here and one behind me. But no, I like it. I like it. So like today I was like, okay, this is what I want for the week to eat. So this is what I need to do for the week. And this is what other people will want for the week, I hope. And if they want that, then I can get this. And then we can have all this. And like, kind of like the balancing act, but Sundays are my long days. I like it. The EU flag I've always called the big yellow 0. I wouldn't complain either. Sleep is my guilty pleasure. Oh boy, when I was like a teenager into my 20s, even in my 20s, talk about sleep, I'd be like, you know what? I'm bored. Lay down, like I would be somewhere, decide I was bored, and the best way to get through it would be sleep. Sit down, lay down, whatever, and go to sleep within 5 minutes. I kid you not. It's like, oh, this is so boring. Sleep would be so much better, and I could just sleep on command. I cook with salt and butter too. I've been getting good with cooking hibachi though. Fried rice and hibachi chicken, but I want to make homemade miso soup. I looked up the health benefits of miso soup when you make it from scratch. Oh, it's so worth making from scratch, and I just eat it up. So I'm pretty well set. I got my own place. I took a loan out to get my car fixed, and it drives great now. It was fixed by a real mechanic. Let me stress that, a real mechanic. And then I have my work for food. My dog got her medicine, and I get to go visit Coach Dave in a couple of weeks. Tom Dunn will be there too, so I get to see him for like a 3rd time. But Coach Dave, I forget how many times I've seen him now. So it's tactical training, and Tom Dunn will be talking about the demonic realm. I cannot wait to see them again. Forget it. I'm going to bring you guys with me. I hope you don't mind. Yeah, so somebody comes in. Excuse me. I'm slowly detoxing from cigarettes. I went from 20 a day down to 0 for a couple of days. Now I'm at 5, and I just need to quit cold turkey, so excuse me. I'm not going to hide my sins and strongholds. I'll just do better, and I'm sorry if I trigger you. So this person starts talking to me. Now, there was another occasion in the past where I heard this person speaking, and they were speaking about a topic I'm not comfortable to mention. And it was, one of those. We'll leave it in this format. It was about a gang. So this person's talking about gangs. The other day, this same person comes back, and I had said something, and they're like, oh, conspiracy theory. I said, first off, it's not a conspiracy theory if it's true. And secondly, be very careful because you're talking to a survivor. I was trafficked as a child by our government and military. That's not a conspiracy. And I suggest you look me up before you start laughing and mocking me. My book is up online, and so is my website. I'm not playing. So when you hear about Pizzagate, yeah, you know Pizzagate. All right, how about if you don't know Pizzagate? I know you know this one. You know about Watergate, right? Okay, well, if you heard about Watergate, then Pizzagate was swept under the carpet. Well, what do you mean they ordered you like pizza? Yeah, you want a girl, boy, color, this, that, the other thing. You're going to snuff it or you got to return it. Yeah, I mean, you order a child like you order pizza. It's not that. Okay, so anyway, I start talking to this person, and then I'm like, just listen to me for a minute. And we went on to talk, and then other people came in, and it interrupted the conversation, and we parted. But I think by the end of the conversation, see, the biggest thing is child trafficking. So you have people wearing a mask. Over 167,000 deaths was the last time I checked. I don't know. 99.7% survival rate. And of course, seasonal flu is going to attack elderly people and people that are disabled, have autoimmune problems, whatnot. Obviously, duh, dink, dink, dink. It always does. If you want to be protected, it's not the mask that protects you, it's the 6 feet apart that protects you, just so you know. So if there's a real danger, stay 6 feet apart. Even if you don't have a mask, it doesn't matter. 6 feet apart. That's it. And also recognize and realize and rely on and trust in the power and authority of Abba and the fact that he is bigger, Yud-Hey Vav-Hey, than a virus in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Selah. Selah. Where was I? Off on a tangent. Let me backtrack. So we go back to the person. And I was like, just hear me out. Now, mind you, when this person was talking about gangs, so to speak, I'm keeping this vague purposefully, so I'm not lying, it's just, I'm trying to carry a message. But, this person kind of came at me like I'm an idiot for being a conspiracy theorist, which I try to explain, like, listen, I'm an adult survivor of being trafficked as a child and how it came to be and everything else. And, I didn't say Barry Obama this and George Bush that and Hillary Clinton, and let's not get into Hollywood. let's not get into other rulers or wealthy people or anyway. I would have thought because this person was talking about gangs that they would have understood. And, you know, when I heard them talking about gangs, I wanted to turn to them and say, well, okay, so that's your understanding and what you grew up around, this, that, the other thing. Okay, well, I was actually on the inside of that, and on the inside of that, this is what they had planned for me. But I stood down and stood back from that conversation and just let him speak. But when I did, I mean, this is a very vocal man. Very. Sometimes, yeah, I think he pushes buttons, and then other times it's like, I'm not quite sure. I was talking to someone else about child trafficking face to face, and I think they may have looked at me like I needed help, and I'm like, no, listen, go read my book. Like, I've been here for a while. And I don't know, but BLM has their agenda, and who knows what direction they're coming from and who's joining their party at this point. And anyway, well, you know what? Holly Baglio has her agenda. And over the past 2 months, I'm building courage to talk about it face to face. I'm going to start crying. And people allow me to do that. And I don't have to check with them. I don't have to go up and say, am I allowed to say that I'm an ex-super soldier from deep underground military bases and that Joseph Mangley was one of the programmers I remember? Oh, am I allowed to? Do I have your permission to say who I really am? I mean, is that okay? Is that all right? Am I allowed to say I'm Holly Baglio? Now listen, I'm not royalty. I just want to be able to give my testimony and feel comfortable. And no, I don't want to have to check with you. And who are you to make me feel like I have to check with you? And who are you anyway that you would make anyone feel like they have to check with you? And who are you that, I mean, check with you? Check with you? So yes, Stalker Steve. Okay, I'll get back to that whole stalker. I need to tell Mikey DeLuca, happy birthday. I fell asleep before I turned 46 at 8:18 p.m. I was asleep before 8:18 p.m. last night, Eastern Standard Time. Seriously, stalker. I don't even know what to say for myself. I've got no excuse. Steve. No, I'm not 32. I'm 29. I even told Facebook to go fact check themselves. I turned 29 again. I don't know about that 46 stuff. Dave Seaman was doing a great job. I don't know if I know him, Joshua. I have to see a picture because I'm bad with names. So, yep. I was off on all sorts of tangents. So I'm gonna crash Mike DeLuca's chat. You do one on Friday nights, right, Stalker? You're like, no. See, Thursday and Friday is better for me. Saturday, not so good. 29 or too ditzy. 30 is 30. Okay, I'm 32. So, Stalker, it's really nice to be back up on my own 2 feet once again. You remember how bad last year was, and some of the text messages you'd get from me. You're probably like, what's going on with her? Listen, it was all pure stress, bad, negative stuff. So I apologize, but thanks for being strong for me. To see that, I'm truly humbled. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because I feel like a pathetic failure most of the time. That means a lot. Thank you. I reserve the right to cry on my post-birthday. On my birthday, apparently, I reserve the right to knock out. Miss my own party. Miss everybody else's party. But don't worry, because I missed my own party and everybody else's party, do you know what I expect to happen? I expect that we get to do a redo next weekend. So all of our birthdays this week, yeah, part 2 next week. I mean, alright, so part 2 next week, Stalker. Mike better celebrate his birthday, because I need to celebrate mine. I slept through it. I missed his. We're both the 12th. I missed hanging out with you. I missed hanging out with Joshua, plus Colin, and a whole bunch of other people. I missed everybody on Facebook. I missed everybody on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Gab. I missed all of you guys. Oh, and I forget about all the other platforms I'm on. All the other platforms, everybody's like, ha, ha, ha. Holly's not here, so we can troll her. She forgot she was here. I'm kidding. Thanks. Oh, Joshua, it's like, I don't know, 80 pages, like 9.5 by 11, but it's like 6th grade reading ease, and it is edited. There are still mistakes you will find, but it's like real quick. I'm a slow reader, and I read it in 3 days over 4 hours, but I was actually really reading it like intently. But I'm a very slow reader. You'll breeze through it. I don't add a lot of fluff. I don't put Bible verses on it. I just tell you my experience, and then I move on to the next. I leave it, I just tell you, okay, this is me, this is what it was like, this is what I did, this is how it felt, and then I go on to the next occurrence and event and situation and group of people. So I'm not trying to draw conclusions for you. I would love to, but it's more like connecting and resonating and getting to the bottom of it, and what might fit for me might not fit for another person. But lastly, I understand that a lot of people find, I love you, Nikki, sweetheart. I'm getting right there. Don't go anywhere, Nikki. But also people laugh about super soldiers. Okay, well, in my autobiography, I put you in my shoes, and I will tell you what it's like to be a super soldier. There are some stories that are not in there, and they were not purposefully left out. Some I just didn't have enough time. I was busy trying to get it copyrighted so people didn't steal it from me. I went through the gauntlet with trying to get it written, and oh man. Anyway, so I guess like an important part of the story would be that apparently there was an elite bloodline, an Illuminati bloodline that paid to create me, that paid Joseph Mengele to create me. But I've told you guys this back in 2014, and when I told you guys this, you all laughed at me. You all mocked me. Why would you think that? Ha ha ha. Why would you? Why am I? So I dropped it. And then last year in 2019, I was around people that, oh, wait, what? Oh, you're royalty. Yeah, okay. I didn't want to be around those people either. Who would want to talk to those people? Well, how'd you go pee in a cage? How did you get your period in a cage, Holly? When you were locked in a cage, how'd you do it? Well, I raised my hand, and Joseph Mengele came around to the cage, let me out, escorted me to the lavatory. I went pee, I went pee. He brought me back, put me back in my cage, and that's how I went to the bathroom. I mean, like, you really think, really? You're locked in a cage. What would you do if you were locked in a cage? So anyway, where was I? I kid you not. I kid you not. Really, I just kid you not. That's all I have to say. It's great to see you, Nikki. I should definitely change the subject. I love you, sweetheart. It's great to see you. My grandfather was on a minesweeper ship in World War II. Minesweeper ships apparently were used in the Philadelphia experiment, so I don't know about all that. Oh yeah, the book and the bloodlines. Like, I mean, come on, guys. Honestly, the only bloodline that matters is when you get reborn to Yeshua and you become, through him, the nation of Israel. You're the wild vine now grafted onto the branch. So then at that point, your DNA and blood, your whole spiritual, physical, emotional, structural being now is formed into his. He covers you in his blood, and now you are his. He is yours, and you're connected physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally through him. So through that, you're royalty. Now, I do believe that I used and chose my words wisely. I mean, I don't like being around people that tell me because they have thick hips that they're Nephilim and have reptilian blood. And meanwhile, I'm sitting across the table looking at them going, no. That's called a birth defect, or I don't know what happened. You have bone spurs or something out of whack with you. No. I don't like the fact that everybody thinks that they're a reptilian. The other day, and I'm sorry if it's one of you guys, the other day, somebody's like, so how much, oh, it was on an interview, so how much of us are reptilian? And it's like, so you look at your body, and all you can think of is, well, how much of your brain and your body is reptilian? You don't care about being reborn onto and into Yeshua HaMashiach. You just care the portion of your body that's reptilian. And then you're going to mix being created in the image of God with being reptilian. But who said God was reptilian when God, Yud He Vav He, Heavenly Abba, He is the host of hosts. The host of hosts. So He's above everything else, right? I'm saying everything wrong. And now I'm drawing a blank. Hi, Taylor Thomas. To ZB. Hello. Alright, so I think I've been live long enough. I hate this. My buzzers, but also like my notification for YouTube videos of people I follow on YouTube are not going into my email, and it's pissing me off. Last night it worked, but all of a sudden it stopped working again. So what do you guys have planned for this fine evening? Because I'll tell you what, I'm going out stargazing. I got my old cell phone back. Not going to say how that happened. But anyway, it has a star tracker and a compass in it. I wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m. and looking at the stars at night, you should see them. In my bathroom, there's one that always shines in the window. I know it, but like at 4 a.m., when you first wake up, what's pretty much one of the first things you do? For me, it is not fiddling with a coffee pot. For me, it is visiting the powder room. So while in doing so and such, there is, it's probably not a star, but more like a planet, shining into my bathroom window. Now I can find out what it is. James, it's great to see you. Just left Iowa on my way to Oklahoma. What are you doing traveling around the country? I'm jealous. Uh-oh. I'm going to take you and Seva and both throw you in the bathtub together and then close the shower curtain. Okay, in all fairness, on my way to the powder room, there might be one or two things I might grab on my way to the powder room, such as my vape pen, the only one that works, and maybe a gallon of water. Go to the fridge, start chugging it down, walk past the countertop, get to the very end, put the jug down, and then walk into the powder room. Yeah. Bed, e-cig, jug of water, powder room. Then food for a keeper and Seva, and then back to bed for a couple of minutes. Oregon? Too much smoke. Wow. So I'll probably let you guys go in another few minutes. I'm praying for you too, Nikki. And your loved ones as well. What do you use to breathe, Joshua, with that smoke? What are you using for your lungs? Because I have bronchial asthma. I pray for those 1,000+ homes and families. Well, the 1,000+ homes destroyed, plus the families. The people that might not even have a family, that no longer have a home. I pray for their pets in Yeshua's name. A wet handkerchief or dry handkerchief? I'm starting, forgive me. I know, right? At least I made it till 9:07. Last night was my birthday. I couldn't even make it to 8:18 p.m. And like, all my friends are probably like, she's so mad at me, she didn't get back to me. But, you know, today's a long day for me. Dry. Why dry? And why wouldn't you use it wet? And why am I asking such a question? That's what I heard too, Mike. Antifa arsonists. They arrested like 5 people or something. I don't know. I haven't paid too much attention to it, so I don't know the specifics, but they did arrest people. Why dry and why not wet? And is there a difference? I guess if it's wet, it would make the smoke humid. it would still, but if it's dry, we got to get you a gas mask. I hear colloidal silver on it helps, but never tried that. Control, Antifa Controller, Alec Black. I don't know who that is, Mike. I'm not trying to challenge you. Don't take me like that. I'm really asking an honest question. Joshua, please forgive me. I broke my gas mask. It was old. It was on its way out anyway. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm sorry if I started saying something during this broadcast and I did not finish my thought through to the end. Kathleen, my love to you, and Catalina. I love you, sweetheart. You're one of my favorites. Shh. Don't you tell anybody, Kathleen, that you and Katrina are my favorite. Kathleen has known me for a very, very long time. I remember talking to Kathleen, when I just started kind of getting my speaking abilities back. That was like 5-6 years ago. We've known each other for a long time, Kathleen. What do you want, Siva? What is it that you want? What is it? No, you have to come jump up. My cat's like, I want your attention. Alright, you know what? Hey guys, I'm going to go and I'm going to listen to some music. I have like a playlist. It's music to the key of H. It's just songs I come by. I don't know. I'm going to go listen to my playlist. Hey, now you stop that. I saw it. I know. So, alright, I'm going to go. Thank you, Kathleen. Yes. I remember talking to you when I was at my attorney's house. That was when we had our video call. I love you, sweetheart. Okay, well, hey, guys, can I turn you guys on to a song before I go? If you don't mind. Good. Thank you. Because I want to. I smile because I want to. No, I'm kidding. I smile because Abba put it on my face to do so. And that's why. No, I'm kidding. Alright, guys. So, this song brings me to my knees. It really does. Hang on a second. Wait, hang on. Hang on, because I don't know about you guys, but I have trouble pulling up links. I can't edit the stream. Oh, yes, I can. Here we go. Alright, so in my description box underneath the video, you will see a link. It's called Krystl. I put it up on YouTube before. You guys have probably heard it, but this song really gets me. It gets me. So it's Krystl. She does a cover of some other song. I don't know. Nick Cave cover. Into My Arm. I see you are 29 again. Yes, I'm 29 again, and you're like interrupting me when I'm about to cry. Telling about a song called Into My Arms by Krystl. Everybody's like, why is Holly yelling? It's because those notifications keep rolling in. Alright, now, yes. So, there's the link, there's a song, it's in the chat, it's in the description box, and I just want to tell you guys, I just want to tell you how much I love you. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, the best part of me is you, my loved ones. The best time I get to spend smiling, laughing, learning, having camaraderie, praying, and hanging out with all of you guys. Like, you're my favorite. You're the best part of me. And all this stuff is coming out wrong, and I'm fumbling over myself. Thank you guys for giving me yet another wonderful, beautiful, blessed, a dream come true, an answered prayer, birthday, yet again in my life. Since the year 2014, you guys have always played a positive role in my life. You've always impacted me in such a great manner. And I'm humbled, and I love you guys, and you're special to me, individually, and thank you for accepting me. Thanks for wanting to hang out with me. Thanks for wanting to meet my friend. Thank you for allowing me to be your sister in Christ, even though I mess up and fumble royally. So you guys are my loved ones, and I want you to know that you're very special to me. Don't you ever let anyone tell you different. And if they try to tell you different, you tell them to come my way so I can correct them. I love you guys. I love you guys more than myself. But I do not love you as much as Yeshua HaMashiach, Yud Hey Vav Hey, and the Holy Spirit. So, okay. I love them. Then comes Keeper and Seva. And then comes you guys. And then comes all the other stuff. So. Well, I fit in with all the other stuff. And I'm good with that. All right, good night. Sweet dreams, everybody. I'll be praying with and for you. I will see you tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after, and the day after, and the day after, and the day after. And do you know why? Because you're stuck with me. And what else are we going to do?